What's up? What's up, Facebook? But not only Facebook, what's up, LinkedIn? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Troy McKnight coming at you from Dallas, Texas. I got another special guest. I told you we're gonna close this 2021 out strong. We're gonna, you guys are gonna launch into 2022. And this is your first time actually tuning into one of my lives. Like I said, I come over here anywhere between 3 to 5 times a week. A lot of times I bring my special guests, some of my friends, to make an impact in your life. All I want to do is encourage you to make 2022 the best year you ever had in your life and go after your dreams and goals with everything you got. And I don't care what you do. So today I got my friend, Dr. Stan, a.k.a. Dr. Breakthrough. He's going to drop some stuff on you to actually help you take your life and your business to a whole nother level. Take it away, Dr. Breakthrough. Tell them a little bit about yourself, brother.
Hey, man. Well, first, let's talk about you, the brother like no other. You, the master disaster, can't say it no faster. Troy's too strong to be weak, too sweet to be sour. He can't take credit as all God's power, man. And I love what you do, making a difference in people's lives, living your life to the fullest, in spite of the bumps, in spite of the bruises, in spite of the storms, in spite of the hard times. Yesterday on my Facebook, I put a post of a guy, he's got this big old ball and he's trying to push it up the hill, right? And he's pushing, and here's what's crazy about that. Most people don't understand that a long time before success shows up, there's the struggle. And a lot of people throw in the towel during the struggle. They quit during the struggle, right? And so what happens is, and as I mentioned, I think to you yesterday, is the danger is sometimes after people have struggled and pushed, and they got that ball up the top of the proverbial hill, and again, this doesn't matter whether it's in your marriage, whether it's in your business, whether it's in your personal life, your spiritual life. I mean, there's always that struggle, like I said, that you got to go to my Facebook page and watch that pushing the ball up the hill. But the danger is some people, after they've struggled and gotten that ball up the hill, now they're coming down and you see them and you're like, man, I'm never going, I'm just always struggling and they're like coasting, right? Like, no, you didn't see them during their struggle time. So behind the glory, there's always a story. And sometimes the story is so gory, folks don't like talking about it. But this is your, like I said, 2022. Here's what I'm saying: bigger, bolder, and more brilliant breakthroughs in 2022. Let me say it again: bigger, bolder, and brighter breakthroughs in 2022. That's got to be your theme, and that's what you ought to have. And I believe that's what God would have for you, my friend, because again, it's an incredible day. It's an incredible life. And this is going to be an incredible season. So think about a new year, a new week, a new month, new breakthroughs, new focus, F-O-C-U-S, firmly on course unto successful, new intentions, and new results. So I'm Dr. Stan Harris, a.k.a. known as Dr. Breakthrough. And just so you know, I can't provide the breakthrough. I just prescribe the breakthrough. But when people follow my breakthrough prescription, God provides it. And the breakthrough is exploding through barriers that at one time seemed insurmountable. So one main thought, and turn it back to you here real quick. That is this, Troy.
I mean, that's powerful within itself, Dr. Breakthrough. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but anyway, yesterday, me and Pastor Kenny, we did one yesterday, and a gentleman left a comment about what if you don't have a team, right? He's been doing it for a while. Well, you just hit it. I mean, you got to pay the price. And I think a lot of people don't understand you got to pay the price, and you got to keep reaching out to people. And one thing you got to know, if you in this home business profession, that people going to quit, people going to come, people going to go. That's why you got to keep bringing in people inside of your business until you find the right people. So Dr. Breakthrough, I know you built a huge organization when you was building, and tell them a little bit about how many people you had to actually, put inside your business personally before you made that success level like you wanted.
Okay. Well, first of all, like I said, people, write this down. People will quit on you. Okay. But here's the key. You just got to keep getting up and every day and make sure you don't quit on yourself. That's it. Right. So as a matter of fact, you got to get to the place where you just quit quitting and get to the place where you quit wanting to quit as long as you're doing the right thing. Right. But here's the deal, my friend. The thing is, we've been blessed. The greatest success we had was we personally sponsored 998 people, and that blossomed into 1.5 million people worldwide. Wait a minute. And, $22,000 days and stuff. But a long time before that, it was like struggling, like pushing that ball up the hill, like nothing was happening, talking to all these people, like what is going on, And it's just knowing this person's going to say yes and they say no. right? Just knowing this person's going to see it. But then I had to realize, you probably heard it said SW, 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 some will, some won't, so what, someone else is waiting, right? Well, I like to say most won't. Only a few will, but remember, it only takes a few. So that's the key. See, most people have been programmed, because think about this. There's a big difference between an entrepreneur mindset and employee mindset. Employee mindset, see, there's reward versus risk. An employee mindset is so focused on the risk, they lose sight of the reward. An entrepreneur mindset is so focused on the reward, they're willing to deal with the risk. Well, most of us were trained by teachers that have an employee mindset, right? And so just keep in mind when you're talking to people, they've been trained to say no. Matter of fact, they don't even think about it sometimes. It's just been programmed, and they're going to automatically say no because to them it's one of those things, right? And it's something different than what they're used to. And so you got to be, and here's, like I said, here's that one thing that I want to drop on you, and that is this. If you write this down and internalize it and then master it, I promise you, my friend, I promise you everything's going to change. And that is this. You got to be committed to the process. Now, the first key word I said is committed. And the second key word I said is process. Okay. So you got to be committed to the process of being or feeling bad for as long as it takes to get good. Ooh, that's so good. Let me say it again.
That's powerful. That's powerful.
I said you got to be committed. Keyword number one is committed to the process. Key number two, process of being bad or feeling bad. That's the third key. For as long as it takes to get good. And that's the fourth key. And most people never get good because they don't go through, they're not willing to suffer with being bad, feeling like they're bad, or it seems like it's bad. But I'm telling you, everything in my life. Again, you probably see a bunch of trophies in the background here. Let me show you some of those. And I got a bunch more in the garage and a bunch I've given away. But when I started martial arts over 48 years ago or more, actually, it's been 50. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me stop. But let's just say it's been 51 years, okay, that I got started in martial arts. I was bad.
When you started, I was 1 year old, Doc.
And guess what? I was bad. I mean, I was so bad they laughed at me. I was so bad I tripped on my own feet. I was so bad they actually called me Mr. Baboon. I'm telling you, I was bad. But guess what? Here we go. I was, number one, committed. Number two, to the process of being bad or feeling bad for as long as it took to get good. So even though I was bad, I felt bad, they made fun of me, I was committed. Committed enough to show up. Committed enough to put in the time. Committed enough to keep on keeping on. Folks, when things go wrong, as they sometimes will, and the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. If care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is strange with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns. Many a struggler turns about when they might have won it, they stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Success is failure turned inside out. The silver tint of the cloud of doubt, and you never can tell how close you are. Victory may be near, though it seems afar. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worse that you just mustn't quit. You say, how in the world you personally sponsor 998 people and it blossomed into 1.5 million people? Because I went through a whole lot of businesses that never worked. I went through a whole lot of times it didn't work. I went through a whole lot of times it started working and then the owner sold the company. I went through some other times when it was going good and then they changed the product and it stopped. I mean, I went through all that. In other words, I was committed to a process of being bad and feeling bad for as long as it took to get good. That happened in the martial arts. I got good. I got so good, I got voted into the Black Belt Hall of Fame. I got so good, I'm one of 100 10th degree black belts in the world. But wait a minute, I had to be number one, committed. Are you committed, my friend? See, I'm not talking about try. See, the try is the lie. By the way, write this down. Stop being a try baby this year, 2022. No more try babies. Grow up and be a committed man or committed woman. Ooh, let me say it.
That's
Stop
powerful.
being a try baby. Well, Troy, I tried. It didn't work. I tried. That's your problem. You try. See, when I try, I fail. But when I commit, come on, somebody. See, try means I'm going to give it a shot. If it gets hard, now my mind can say, hey, you gave it a try. You can quit now. You can throw in the towel. But I don't use weak word try. I say I'm committed. I'm committed, right? See, somebody said, it was Calvin Coolidge, by the way, nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. He said, talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination are almost omnipotent. So the man or woman that won't give up, can't give up, that won't be whipped, can't be whipped. So again, you got to be, keyword number one, committed. Are you committed? I always say when talk about breakthroughs, with barriers, anytime you decide you want to do something, barriers get in your way. I realize those barriers are only made to stop two kind of people. Those are not sincere and those are not committed. But to those of us who are sincerely committed, barriers were made to be broken. So you got to be committed to breaking through the barriers. As no matter how hard it seems, no matter how long it takes, you are committed. You're going to break through. Number one, you got to be committed to the process. Number two, the process. I was talking to somebody the other day. The Bible says, as long as there's life, there's going to be seed time and harvest. Meaning, you got to plant some seeds. There's going to be a gestation period, and then there could be a harvest. You can't plant seeds today and get a harvest tonight. You can't plant seeds today and get a harvest tomorrow. You can't plant seeds today and get a harvest next week. You can't plant seeds today and get a harvest next month. See, it's a season, my friend. So you got to be committed to just, guess what? Planting and planting and planting. That means talking and talking and talking and doing lives and doing lives and doing lives. And when they say no, you do more.
I mean, that's the whole key. I mean, Dr. Breakthrough, I mean, you bringing it to them. I mean, it is all about commitment. And you got to develop that mindset that you're going to win. You got to have a mindset that you're not going to quit, no matter how long it's going to take to get there, right? You know, I've been playing this game 19 years, going on 20 in February of next year, right? Do we think about quitting? Oh, yeah, everybody going to thought about quitting, I guarantee you. But you know what? When you got that big enough why, that big enough dream, when you know that you can make an impact in other people's lives, just like Dr. Breakthrough have made impacts in, millions of people's lives all over the world because he traveled and spoke. You know, that's what it's about. You know, it's about making an impact. But it all starts with creating that mindset and creating that commitment that you're going to be able to go through whatever, come your way. And I guarantee you, whoever looking at this, it's going to be some things that going to come your way. It's going to be some things that's going to want to knock you right out the game. You know, Dr. Breakthrough knows, shoot.
It's going to be some things that's going to knock you out of the game and you're going to have to get back in the game.
What Les Brown said? If you can look up, you can get up.
Come on, if life knocks you down, just fall on your back, because as long as you can look up, you can get up. And Willie Jolly says a setback is a setup for a comeback. Come on, somebody.
Like Kenny said, like Dr. Kenny said yesterday, that's all part of it, though. I mean, that really is part of being successful. That's how he was able to go to the top of seven different companies. And people just don't get it, man. It's going to be struggles. It's going to be challenges. Things are going to come your way. And one thing I want you to understand, I'm going to have Dr. Breakthrough break it down. I promise you, when you right there, and you about to have your biggest breakthrough, that's when, man, it seems like the whole world just fall down on you and feel like everything is coming at you from all different ways. Because guess what? It's trying to get you. It's something that Jerry Clark used to talk about, Murphy Law. That Murphy Law kicked in, man. You know what I'm saying? And you right there close to the end. And boy, I'm telling you, the storm get real, real strong. And it makes you want to just go and ball up in your little thing. And that's when you got to put your suit on. You got to suit up and you got to go to work. Right or wrong, Dr. Breakthrough? Tell them about that.
You're right. And that's why I got tired of Murphy's Law. So I wrote my own law called Dr. Breakthrough's Law. First of all, I didn't know who Murphy was. And secondly, I didn't like the effect of his law. So I wrote my own law. It's called Dr. Breakthrough Law. Anything good that can happen will happen. And it will happen at the best possible time. You said, does that always happen? No, but the more I say it, the better I feel. Come on, somebody. And the more I say it, guess what? The more I'm setting my attention and my intention, come on, somebody, for the good to happen. And then I start realizing that sometimes what I thought was bad in that present time works out for the good after, come on, somebody. So again, you got to be committed, right? You got to be committed. And that's why every day I say everything good that can happen will happen. and it will happen at the best possible time. Every day I say to myself, money flows freely and frequently from expected and unexpected sources in exchange for the value that I consistently bring to the marketplace. Every day I say to myself, get this now, thank you, God, for giving me connections and favor and wisdom and the wherewithal to empower those under my jurisdiction and beyond to experience breakthroughs that would please you, profit them, and cause my family and I to prosper. I'm committed, my friend. And again, it's a process. So when I say process, it's gone over and over and over and over. The good book says, get this now, a faithful man shall abound with blessings. Not a flashy man, a faithful man. Come on, somebody. Not even a super fit man, although Troy's looking super fit these days. But guess what? A faithful man. And that word man is mankind, man, woman. So just be faithful. So again, you got to be committed to the process of being bad or feeling bad. See, we only want to do things that we're comfortable with, but life and success begins at the end of your comfort zone. I used to have a comfort zone where I knew I could not fail. And the same for walls and busy work were really more like jail. I longed so much to do the things I'd never done before, but stayed inside my comfort zone and paced the same old floor. I said it didn't matter that I wasn't doing much. I said I didn't care for things like diamonds, cars, or such. I claimed to be so busy with the things inside my zone, but deep inside, I longed for some sweet victory of my own. I couldn't let my life go by just watching others win. I took a breath and took a step and let the change begin. I took a step, and with new strength I never felt before, I kissed my comfort zone goodbye and closed and locked the door. If you are in a comfort zone afraid to venture out, remember that all winners were at one time filled with doubt. A step or two and words of praise can make your dreams come true. So greet your future with a smile. Success is there for you. And success, your success, is on the other side of your comfort zone. So successful people learn to get comfortable. Let me say it again, to get comfortable with being put in an uncomfortable situation, because that's where the greatness is, my friend. So yes, the Bible says, unless a corn of wheat die and fall into the ground, it abideth alone. But if it die, it'll bring forth more fruit. So like Troy said, right when you're about to have your biggest breakthrough, you have the biggest breakdown ever. But God is a God of resurrection. Come on, somebody. And so you got to be, number one, committed. Number two, to the process. It's going to take a while now. And if you think this is a long process, quitting won't speed it up. Hello, somebody, right? So you got to be, number one, committed. Number two, to the process of being bad or feeling bad. That's uncomfortable. Nobody wants to be there. But get out of your feelings and get into your why. Get out of your feelings and get into the outcome. Get out of your feelings, because again, if you can be committed to the process of being bad or feeling bad for as long as it takes to get good, you can get good at anything. I got good at speaking. How? I started speaking years ago. I was terrible. Couldn't stand myself. I would go out back and speak, and the squirrels would run, and the trees seemed like they bow. But guess what, Troy? I was committed to the process.
You know, one of the things about it, Dr. Breakthrough, I mean, you're one of the top speakers now. I mean, you had to be committed to it. You know, people see me do these interviews and they see me do these lives, right? I bring my friends on. But what they don't understand, over 2 years ago, man, they would have never been able to get me to do this. It was always somebody pushing you, always somebody pulling you to go to the next level. You know, I shared a story. It was Lisa pushing me to do this. And I've been doing it. And if I wouldn't have did this, I wouldn't have met great people like yourself. I wouldn't have met Dr. Doug Fireball. I wouldn't have met Pastor Kenny. I mean, a host of Tawana, a host of other people that I've been able to connect with just from getting on Facebook and doing this, right? And, like I said yesterday, what people don't understand, Dr. Breakthrough, and I hope whoever looking at this, take this away, you can't run with ducks. You got to figure out how you run with eagles. You got to figure out how some kind of way you can hook up with Dr. Stan. You know what I'm saying? If you're not following Dr. Stan, Dr. Breakthrough on Facebook, you most definitely want to follow him. If you're not following him on Instagram, you want to follow him. You can follow him on LinkedIn, but you got to position yourself around freaking eagles. You can't hang with ducks. Just a bunch of ducks in network marketing. They down there at the bottom. Look at my comp plan. My comp plan better than yours. Hey man, let me say you on my deal. No, man, eagles don't work that way. Eagles work completely different. Eagles fly at a whole nother different level. So you got to work really hard to get uncomfortable, like Dr. Breakthrough said, because it's going to be uncomfortable. Because when you start running with eagles like Dr. Breakthrough, guess what? He's going to challenge you to have a breakthrough. You know, them ducks gonna keep you down at the bottom where you happy. Them eagles gonna challenge you to go to a whole nother level. So take it away, Dr. Breakthrough.
Well, as a matter of fact, I like to say I soar with the eagles. I run with the runners. Occasionally, I walk with the walkers. I don't have a whole lot of time to talk with the talkers. I'm not going to sit with the sitters, and I never quit with the quitters. So let me know which one you are so we can see if we can do something together. But you, I believe we're going to fly. Come on, somebody. So write this down. Wimps never start. The weak never finish. And winners never quit when they're doing the right thing. Let me say it again. Ooh, that feels so good. I would hear it myself. I said the weak never start. Wimps never start. The weak never finish, but winners never quit when they're doing the right thing. Now, to feel like you said, you'll feel like quitting sometime, but you'll eventually get to the place where you just quit wanting to quit because you say that time when I'm going through wanting to quit is a waste of time anyway because I've been there before, and my only way of getting successful is when I got rid of that wanting to quit feeling and just kept on keeping on. So let me just, next time I get to that place where I feel like quitting, let me just get rid of them feelings and just do it anyway, my friend. Matter of fact, you gotta, here's the success. You gotta do it when you feel like it, do it when you don't feel like it. Just do it until you do feel like it. Oh, come on. Let me say it again. I said, do it when you feel like it. Do it when you don't feel like it. Just keep doing it until you do feel like it. See, when you talk to people in the beginning, you got to talk when you feel like it. In the beginning, it's easy, it's new, it's exciting. But then when you start getting the no's, when you start getting the rejection, and when things don't go your way, and you don't feel like it, guess what? You got to do it anyway. Do it when you feel like it, and do it when you don't feel like it. And you just keep doing it until you do feel like it. That's where success comes.
Wow, that's powerful within inside itself. And hey, if you're looking for a breakthrough, I mean, if you want 2022 to be your year, you most definitely want to reach out to Dr. Stan. I mean, you do. If you're looking to take your life to a whole nother level, even if you're inside a business, maybe you're not inside a business, maybe you're looking for a business. I'm sure the Dr. Breakthrough can lead you where you need to go. See, I truly believe in order for you to be successful is you got to find mentorship. Don't be like me. It took me a long time to understand that. And the reason why is because I was spoiled. I got in the first company, made a lot of money real fast. I said, oh, this is easy. I got in the second company and got hit with a brick, got hit upside the head with a brick real hard. Realized that, hey, you know what? I had to position myself around some eagles and actually really learn how this really works. And once you learn how it really works, and one thing I love about Dr. Breakthrough is that he really cares about people. See, people that's leaders, people that want to see people win in this profession, they care about people. They understand that this is truly a people's business. It truly is. And you got to love your people, and you got to want your people to win. But don't waste this time. Dr. Breakthrough is truly looking for people who really want to make a change in their life. And maybe you're looking for, maybe me, the same thing. I really care about people. Don't waste my time. Reach out to me. Hit me a message if you want to win. If you want to make 2022 your best year ever, man, you need to reach out to me. You need to reach out to Dr. Breakthrough. And if you're inside of a business and you're tired of struggling, and it's people inside of your company that's making money, you need to get up there and start building relationships with them, but they can actually help you take your business to the next level. So with that, Dr. Breakthrough, you know what? We talked about it yesterday, me and Pastor Ken. Man, they got to be hungry. I mean, you gotta leave them with something. Do your own hungry version or whatever. But you know how I like that hungry. You really gotta wake up and you gotta be hungry for success. Otherwise, if you're not hungry, it's not gonna happen.
Well, but I want to reiterate first of all what you said about mentors, because see, what I was committed to the process of being bad or feeling bad for as long as it took for my martial arts mentor to get me good. Right. So mentors, I was again, same with speaking, same with home-based business. My friend, it starts with having mentors that have to help you with the right mindset and teach you new methods. So like Socrates mentored Plato, and then Plato mentored Aristotle. It was Aristotle who mentored Alexander the Great. Andrew Carnegie mentored Napoleon Hill. And then Napoleon Hill mentored W. Clement Stone. W. Clement Stone mentored Jack Canfield. And of course, Jack Canfield mentored millions. It was Benjamin Graham who mentored Warren Buffett, and then Warren Buffett, of course, mentored millions. It was Dr. Benjamin Mays who mentored a young guy named Dr. Martin Luther King, and of course, he mentored tens of millions, even his death. There's Bill Bailey, my main mentor, who mentored Les Brown, and of course, Les Brown has mentored millions. And matter of fact, one time, Les Brown spoke to over 80,000 people in the Atlanta, Georgia Dome. It was Bill Bailey that also mentored Jim Rohn. And Jim Rohn, of course, mentored millions. And one little guy he mentored, you probably heard of, Tony Robbins. And of course, Tony has mentored tens of millions of people. But in the Bible, Moses mentored Joshua, and Joshua mentored 3 million Israelites. And then it was Elijah who mentored Elijah, who mentored Elisha. And then Elisha, who mentored this widow woman who lost her husband and was about to lose her children to the debtors, but he mentored her and she started her own home-based business. That's right in the Bible. There it is, home-based business, her and her children, and she was able to live the rest of her life off the prophets. Ananias mentored Saul, who became Paul, and then Paul mentored young Timothy, and Jesus mentored the disciples, and here's the key. He said, the works that I do shall you do also, and greater works than these. And so a true mentor, here's what I tell people. If you believe like I believe and do like I do, what happens for me can happen for you, but because I'm not the standard, it can happen even better for you. That's my desire, and that's my prayer. So get you a mentor, my friend. Get hungry and go after it. And so here's the way Les Brown always says it. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, if you gladly sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, and lose all your temper of the opposition for it, if you go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, famish, or caught, sickness, or body or brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grim, you beseech and beset it, with the help of Almighty God, Troy McKnight, and Dr. Breakthrough, you can get it.
Oh, man. Thank you, Dr. Breakthrough. Hey, and whoever looked at this, thank you. I hope this made an impact in your life. Hey, 2022 is coming. Hey, you're going to be very successful in 2022. Like I said, just position yourself around the right people. I will be back tomorrow. We're working on getting another special guest tomorrow. With that, God bless, and you guys have an awesome Thursday.
And everybody go to my Facebook page and like that post where you see the guy pushing the thing up the hill. Make a little comment there, share if you will. I promise you, 45 seconds, it'll bless your life.
Yeah, powerful Facebook post. You guys, God bless and have a